Hello and welcome. This is Chris from the Inspired Life Podcast. Thank you so much for joining me this Monday morning. Actually, it's afternoon here, even on the West Coast. Noon right now, 12:06 p.m. I want to talk today about the value of taking one baby step at a time. A lot of us, especially I've noticed on Anchor, a lot of people with some very big visions, very big dreams, want to help out a lot of people, want to go big. And I think even last week, I had an episode on the value of thinking big, really, really, really big. Big picture, seeing that broader perspective. Yet there's also immense value in just being right where you are and taking that next step. So you can have that grand vision, and you might have an idea of what you want your life to sort of look like when you are 5, 10, even 15 or 20 years older than you are now. Kind of the direction you want to go. So for me personally, that big vision, I know that the year that my son turns 18 is the year that I'm going to be turning 50. And I'm 37 right now, and I'm already starting to think about kind of the general what my life is going to look like generally when I'm even 50 and 60, 70. What kind of a grandparent am I going to be? You know, what is my life going to look like when I have grandkids who are about to be teenagers? Things like that. Yet, at the same time, one, none of us knows how long we have on this planet, obviously, right? So hopefully I'm around at that time. And two, how do I even possibly start to bite, how do I eat that elephant, as they say, right? One bite at a time. So even though I have this kind of vision of where I think my life might be going or where I would like it to go, really what it comes down to is those granular steps, the day by day, those little steps that we take. The care that we take with that one client, the extra attention we give to this matter at work, the detail that we spend with our financials, our books, little things like that really add up over time and will start giving you that general direction and will start taking you toward those bigger goals. So as great as it is to start with that big picture, I really want to encourage you today, especially on Monday. Monday tends to be that detail-oriented day, right? You just came off the weekend, and there's some things to take care of. And we need to just take care of those things. That's really what it comes down to, is we need to take care of the details. And little by little, we'll take those baby steps toward our goals. So one practical technique I'm going to leave you with in order to do this. So I tend to, by default, go to the bigger picture. But and I see the value, though, of these details, right? So a couple weeks ago, I started thinking, well, how am I going to bridge this gap? How am I going to make this easier where I can accomplish these little things that need to be done over and over and over again? So, for example, like payroll is one thing. So I'm a business owner, and every 2 weeks I have to do payroll. And it's very detail-oriented. I just have to sit down and do it. It doesn't take a lot of brain power, but it does take my full attention. So little things like this. One, I make a list. What do you actually have to do? And, the old pen and paper list works just fine, or you can have a checklist on your phone. What I've started doing recently, which is really cool for me because I'm so auditory, which is why I like this Anchor podcasting app so much, I have set an interval timer. So I go on the App Store and get this timer called Seconds, Seconds. It's for working out, but you can actually program it to pretty much do anything. So what I realized is that certain tasks on my list take a certain amount of time. And so I pre-program that into the app, and then this timer basically automatically tells me what to do next. After 3 minutes, it says, okay, now check the number of hours your employees worked. And then a couple minutes later, it says, okay, now enter that number into this, da-da-da-da. And you can even do a text-to-speech thing. So I have this Siri voice talking to me and telling me, okay, you've done that, now do this. And what's cool about that is that I programmed that originally, which is really cool. So there's your practical tip. Focus on the details and keep the bigger picture in mind. Try to strike that balance.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.